the questions. So the first question is from Alan Goh from Singapore. Can Ajahn share again your meditation practice schedule as a lay person? Was your life-threatening illness the only reason that motivated you to go for ordination? I'm guessing it's also a combination of your past karma and parami.
Well, I've been repeating this what do you call that, this thing many times already. But anyway, since you asked, I will answer again, right? Yeah, it's true. I wasn't a religious person, right? I wasn't a religious person, but because of my sickness, right, and then because of the sickness and because of the fear of death, and we were not sure how to die. We always know that we will die, but how to die? It's so scary that at the age of 21, immediately after the army, you fall sick and you keep searching for solutions to your sickness to cure it, and you can't. Right? In the end, all kinds of treatment have been through. The Western, the Chinese, and resort to the voodoos, black magics, all kinds of things that can alleviate my pains and my fear for this sickness, and it can't help until I came to Wat Pa Lay Lai, this temple where Wei Ming is now, and which is where I'm staying now also, Wat Pa Lay Lai, and of course I got to thanks my two very great benefactors, and this is David Chan, one of my good friends. David Chan Chong Lin, he recommended me to the Pa Lay Lai, and after coming to Pa Lay Lai, the next is a lay teacher. His name is a ex-SIA flight engineer, Mr. Chong Fun Chun, who taught me about the meditations and Dhamma, right? And it was very sad during that time that we couldn't learn the proper Dhamma in the temple like what we have today, right? And it's a blessing in disguise that because of my sickness, right, that I'm able to expose to Buddhism and put forth in the trainings of the mind. And of course, because if anyone is being threatened by death, I think everybody will have the same kind of mentality, like, okay, since I'm going to die, so how to die peacefully and the acceptance of death gracefully. And when you are given a choice that you don't have to come back if you die, and you will go happily and with no remorse. So when we are exposed to this kind of option, ordinary people who can think properly for themselves with full swing, right? I think everybody will have the same kind of decision, that when you are given that, you got 2 more years to go as a human being. So what is he going to do next? Whatever thing you have is no meaning at all. And full swing. When I say full swing, it means I will walk and sit. Even as a lay people, when you are so sick at time, but because you know that this is something, the practice that it can give you the real happiness in your mind. And of course, we cannot cure the sickness, but we are able to handle the mind state, the acceptance to the truth of the nature that's going to happen very soon. So because of the fear and the kind of doubts, I put in a lot of effort. And of course, it's not easy. It's not easy because of this trauma we've been through and the kind of family background we have. It's very painful to go through all kinds of experience, very painful mind state, I should say. Very chaotic and sometimes, but if you think that, do I think of committing suicide? No. It's just that it's very painful. Your mind is very, very painful. It's a whole mess of suffering within your own mind. And because of that, we walk and sit. I walk and sit, put it this way. I rarely sleep. I spend all the time walking and sitting and walking and sitting, because why? I have this thought that what happens if I sleep and I die in my sleep and then my mind was in the bad stage? And that really caught me in fear. That's why I seldom sleep. I sit. Even I want to sleep, I just sit. Because we are given 2 years to live, right? So this kind of fear is a kind of blessing in disguise. And it really push me to the limit, both physically and mentally. And sometimes I may find myself pushing too hard that when I fell down and sleep, I also don't know. Until I only know when I'm aware that how come the whole floor of saliva and my face was in the pool of saliva. I wake up, all saliva on my face. I say, since when I fell down and sleep? My vow is not to sleep, and I wake up again and sit again and walk again. So this is how I push myself very, very hard. And yes, the result is very rewarding because of your full swing, all way out, all out. Dedication and practice, it reaps result. It reaches the result because why? The mind really go into full concentrations. That's why when the mind go into full concentrations, then you can really see the contrast, the differences between a calm mind, concentrated mind in samadhi, and a mind that is so painful, so hopeless, so much fear, anxiety, anguish, anger, all kinds of negative thought is jumbling up in the mind. But when the mind goes to full samadhi, wow, it's just a heaven and hell. 1 split second, just now you were in hell, and when the mind enters samadhi, straight away you're like, wow, what is that? And when you have this kind of experience, I can tell you that everyone will have the same exclamation that, okay, we will go for the practice, right? And this because of my character, I'm the kind of outgoing character, like challenges, anything very dangerous, I don't know why this is my character. I like to, open to challenge, and it's good, and the mind progress very fast. But of course, if you ask me that any ordinary practitioner, will they have the kind of vigor for this kind of full swing? I doubt so. I doubt so if my situation is like normal people like you all. I don't think I want to push so hard also. I don't think I will ordain as a monk either, to be very honest, during that time. But because of meditations and the study of the Dhamma, and when your mind has attained the kind of appana samadhi, that means one-pointedness of the mind, you have the kind of confidence and trust in the Buddha's teaching that the thought of ordination just arise after the sessions that I want to ordain. I go back, I tell my mom I want to ordain, and my mom sort of, hey, are you crazy? you just want to ordain, and again, the thought has been lingering, and you work towards it, right? And I can always say that after what we have gone through, is a blessing in disguise. So I'm very thankful for what I've been through in my life. Those undesirable state of mind that I've been through, the kind of very cruel a painful stage of a period they have been through, but because of the practice of the Dhamma, right? It really changes like what you see now. Do I look like sick people? No. I'm fitter and fitter because why? Because with all the goodness we are accumulating all this while, meditation, walking meditation, to all kinds of good deeds, right? It benefited both physically and mentally, right? And yeah, I think someone is doing a autobiography, and I think it will come up very soon. So most of the things you want to know will be inside there. All the interesting story uh, of this monk that almost died and he's still living now, right? And a lot of people can get inspired because I have helped a lot of people, terminal disease that's going to die, and give them encouragement to fight and practice. So even if they die while practicing the Dharma, die while meditating, rather than to die in a hospital with all the tubes and all the doctor coming to pump your heart and you can't help yourself. You're only caring about this body. But we die gracefully and die, with the Dharma at heart. And this is the most important thing, the acceptance of the truth and the acceptance of the karma. And of course, if you talk about barami, and because my past, I was a general who kills a lot of, go to war, fight, kill people. So this lifetime we got to come back and suffer all this kind of suffering, bodily suffering, and lucky. Like I say, always very grateful to the Buddha's teaching. I'm always very, very grateful to all these great teachers, especially Ajahn Jeffrey, Thanisaro who've translated Tampoli's books, Keeping the Breath in Mind, and all these Dharma friends, and of course, people that involved in Singapore, like in Palelai Temple. If there's no Palelai Temple, then we won't have what we are today, right? So we're going to be great. That's why I always have this kind of great gratitudes, and always have this gratitude for all these people who have assist us, supported us all this while in our quest for this spiritual quest for the purity of oneself, right? And this is something that is very, very that we got to have this gratitude. I emphasize a lot on gratitude, because if a person doesn't have any gratitude, you don't talk about practice, whether you are monk or not monk, right? That's why I emphasize you must have the gratitude towards those people who have give us life. That's our parents, to our Dharma friends, Dharma teachers, and gratitude to all these teachers, whether in schools or in colleges who have given us all this knowledge. We must have this gratitude. And all people around us will support us in one way or the other. We got to have all this good human value, that we should value ourselves, and to have this good gratitude towards all living beings, especially people who have done us good and give us support, right? Then your meditation can go well. Like I say, like Ajahn Jeffrey, Thanisaro Bhikkhu, and like most of you all who have access to all these English books, and books have been translated into different languages from Thai, right? If without all these forefathers, their sacrifices, their times. I remember Ajahn Jeff, when we were together in Rayong, I saw his eye burst in red color, the blood vessel burst, because he got to translate books under his blood vessel burst. And last time we got no laptop. It's only all using, typing. He always got headache. But he never said that, I'm going to stop because I got headache. No. He just keep pressing, going through. So all those sacrifices, it really touches me that, oh yeah, Ajahn really do a lot for Buddhism, right? That's why we are the later generation, and we don't treasure. In fact, most of the people doesn't appreciate, because thing has been easily been accessed, gain access to, can get things very easily. So people are less appreciative nowadays. They don't. Not to talk about gratitude. They are not appreciative at all. They take things for granted. Don't talk about lay people, even monks. They are not appreciative. They take things for granted nowadays. They don't have the gratitude. So it's very hard for them to meditate, to practice themselves. So remember, whoever want to practice the Dhamma, you must be appreciative, gratitude, and we must know how to control your ego. Never let the ego or what your status is to overcome you, and you can't practice. Right? So can we proceed to the next question?
So the next question is a bit long from T. Po Liu. So it's a question about having some heart issue when he meditates. So a few years ago, I went for 8-day Anapanasati retreat. During that meditation, I felt my heartbeat was very loud and heavy. At certain times, I felt my heart pain during walking meditation. So I was advised, so I went to see a doctor after that. The doctor said that it was normal, and I'm just a bit sensitive. The next time I went for a 3-day mindfulness retreat, on the second night, again I felt the heart palpitating hard, and it feels almost difficult to breathe. So I quickly sit up and did a long breath and did the breath slowly, and it was okay after that. After this, I went to see a Chinese acupuncture doctor, and the doctor said I was lack of qi and cannot help my condition. And the second time he went to go and check, again the heart, there was no problem. The doctor concluded it was a mild digestive problem. So taking medication didn't help this problem. So I'm not sure if this is due to the sensitivity because I'm practicing meditation. Sometimes during meditation, I get a strong stomach bloatedness after meditation. Is it because the energy was trapped in the body? Sometimes body scanning helps to relieve this bloating, but after the meal, it comes again, disturbing my concentration. Kindly advise.
Okay, we look at this issue in under two sections. Section 1 is the physical aspect, right? Since you went to the doctors, and the doctors has even a Chinese doctor or the Western doctors has said that it's just a small issue. Now we come to the second section is okay, it's more on your mind side. That means your karma. We talk about karma, right? And the Buddha, they say that those people who suffered these bodily sufferings and sickness are people who have committed this first precept, killing of beings. And don't get disheartened. I would say that we must take this thing as a blessing in disguise, so as to look at life that don't be complacent. Because I myself suffer the same symptom that you have. Right? I have headache. Let me tell you, before I meditate, every time I take my food, I will have a bloated stomach full of gas, and the gas it doesn't release through your backside, but the gas jam up to the head, and because of the gas bloated up to the head, it causes what? Headache. It causes ringing ears. It causes your eyes like a lot of tensions, very tired, very painful, and tight neck, tight shoulder, stuffy chest. Wow, it's very torturing. But nevertheless, I was very committed to the practice. I just tell myself that I just got to go through I want to use up my karma. I just encourage myself and tell myself that, okay, I want to use up my karma. If it is my karma to suffer this pain and meditate through this pain, so be it. I accept it. I just sit and go through it. And to my surprise, after sitting for more than 1.5 hours, I start to burst out a lot of gas, and my tears start to, my tears start to roll out from my eyes, and maybe about half hour to 1 hour. Then when I hit the third hour, that is the best, because why? After the bulging, all this gas that had been stuck in the body has been thrown out, and there is a body revention internally. That means, if you want to talk about the toxic, nowadays, because we have new knowledge that bulging actually is throwing out of the toxic gas. That means breath that is not so good, the chi. And after I sit for a long period of time, after the bulging, after the tears comes out, and I start to run to the toilet one day a few times, clear out all the old thing, and I feel better and better and better. And then the stomach start to, only the stomach that still have the problem of bloating. But again, we already developed a skill that, okay, if I sit longer, and this symptom will subside. So that made me want to sit long hour. It's a blessing in disguise that it pushes me to sit for long hour, because why? I want to get rid of the gas. So I sit for long hour. When I hit the 3 hour, gas start to throw out. A lot of gas. You can throw until, I think that if you give me a gas tank, I just put a tube into I can fill out the gas tank. And yeah, and the body feel light. Your head doesn't have headaches. Your eyes start to feel very bright because of the chi has been thrown out, and your tension of the body start to loosen up, the joints all. So it's a meditation. Actually, it develops chi, and when I start to sit until I hit the 6 numbers, about 6 months later, I begin to feel there's the breath energy that's very powerful is forming up on my lower abdomen. I didn't know it's chi. And as I sit longer and longer, I start to discover that this breath elements from the lower abdomen, it start to push upward, push to the chest. And I can feel that last time when I sit, I used to hunch my back, because no chi. You can't sit straight. Sit straight, you feel pain. You got to hunch your back. And after the accumulating of the chi, it start to push up to the chest, push up to the throat, and push up to the, sometimes you can feel something like someone compressed under here. Like that. And after a while, pop, it come out here and go to the back. And sometimes it flow reverse cycle. So we are just observer, and you observe the whole process, and you start to get engrossed. And the more you sit, the more engrossed you get involved. You're enveloped with your training. Either you forget what time, or until there's great pain that arises, then you will focus on the pain. But beside that, you get very engrossed of what is happening within the body. So there's a kind of what we call it, the interest that will grow gradually. That's why I say practice make perfect. Hands-on experience is the most important thing, right? What are the sutta? This is the sutta. This is the real sutta, hands-on sutta. Because the sutta never tell me that this breath can push this way, push that way. No. But through our experience, after sitting that, then we find the mind enter to a state of samadhi, concentration. The mind just bang, still, very still. The whole world just stop. Everything just quiet now. So how can we define that? There is samadhi, concentration ready. And after we withdraw again, then we say, what is that? First time we are not so sharp about it, not so sure. So we sit again and again and again and again until practice make perfect. Practice, through the practice, the experiences become what? Become knowledge. The knowledge become what? Become a form of insight. Become something that you can know that, oh, okay, the mind, when the breath reach this standard of firmness, reach this state of heatiness or this state of maturity, okay, you can direct it to this part of the body and it can cure certain kind of pain. And it become, this knowledge arise within you through your practice. You cannot learn from the books. Books will never tell you all these things. But this is something, that's what the Buddha said, no? Pachatang, that means only you know. Only you know. For those practitioner, only the practitioner will know. And people who have this kind of problem, they will know when they talk. Oh yeah, they click. And for example, just now when I read the question, when you say the question, I say, oh, same thing, same thing. That's why I say that it's a blessing in disguise. We got to take all these things as a blessing in disguise. Don't take it as a sickness to come and torture us. Because our mind, if you say that this is torturing, then it's torturing. But if you think that, okay, never mind, it's an object for us, it's something that how to find a solution to this kind of problem, physical problem. And yeah, it's good. And the more we practice, like I say just now, you don't have to worry. Your body will recover from all kinds of sickness. Even though it doesn't recover, but it helps you to relieve. Why it relieve? The bloatedness of the stomach will subside, and you start to know more that, okay, there's certain kind of food we can't take. You got to be observant on the intake of the food. Like there's a proverb that says that 病从口入. The sickness comes from the mouth of what you eat, which is very true. During that time, before I'm like today, all my problems subsided. And why, right? Because I have a slight fatty liver problems, and because of the heatiness, and because we don't used to sleep, we don't sleep. I don't sleep. And because this is the human body, we need to rest. If you don't sleep, your liver can't detoxify. When your liver can't detoxify, it gets heated up, very hot. When your liver is hot, it's just like this body is just like a wood. When there's fire, it creates smoke, and smoke is a gas, right? So how? So through meditation, it detoxifies the throwing out of this gas and the tears that comes out. It really detoxifies and make the body feel lighter and better. And again, we are human beings. We need to rest, right? And later, because of many people recommended, like, why you are so sick? Well, why don't you do this treatment, do that treatment? And for me, I'm very open to all kinds of treatments, and later the old I try Ayurvedics, and I try all kinds of detox, enema, liver detox, and it really helps me. It really helps me. Last time when I take food, my stomach get bloated easily, especially deep fried stuff, and coffee, caffeine, this stuff. But nowadays, nothing, no problem. Anything I go in, it doesn't cause any problem anymore. Then I said, oh yeah, in the physical aspect, physically, yeah, we also must look after the body through this cheap and economical way of treating ourselves, and that is what detox, animal detox, and liver detox. It's very cheap, right? We don't need any expensive vitamins, or don't need, you know. And this one really help. Until today, it really helps. Every time I got this stuffy stomach, or heatiness on the head, or I feel my eye aches, or a bit of sore throat, drink a lot of water, do an animal flush, and that's it. Problem solved. No problem. The bloated stomach, no problem. And of course, the meditation is the most important thing. That's for the mind. So these two things got to go hand in hand, right? So I think I already answered the question quite thoroughly. Yeah.
Thank you, Kajau. Okay, so the last question is from Lau HL. How does one go about looking for a suitable meditation teacher? This is the last question.
When you talk about suitable meditation teacher, is that the first thing, of course, you must have that inclination. That means that whether you can click or not, whether you can click with that teacher, and whether you have the faith in him. No point you go to a teacher, you doesn't know him, and you start to have doubts in him, even though he's a reputed teacher, but you don't have faith in him. The first thing is that you got to go down personally, and know that the teacher's background, find out about him, and how is his practice. Is he behaving properly? We don't talk about practice, we talk about behavior first, right? Even though I'm talking about the moral aspect, sometimes we talk about teachers, we don't talk about monks, because sometimes people prefer lay teacher. But of course, there are good people around there. They are good teacher. They can teach, right? So we got to see whether the person teaches, he practice or not, or he just teach but he doesn't practice. There's a lot who teaches, but they don't practice themselves. They can talk, but they don't do. Some teacher, they told me that, yeah, we can talk, only we can't do. I said, what? So that shouldn't be the case. We must do. And we don't say we are teacher. If you come along, we guide you along. If you don't come, I guide myself. This is my policy. 你来同修，你不来我就自修。So no problem. But if you want to portray a teacher, then you got to look properly. Sometimes we can't. Very hard to say nowadays. We don't know the individual person, who is he or who is she. We only through recommendations, and even though it's good, but can you click? Sometimes it's a kind of karmic link. Even though he or she is very good, but you just can't click. Like for myself, I've been through Thailand. I've been to so many teachers, great teachers during the time when I was ordained in 1987. All this หลวงปู่ศรีหลวงปู่แว่นหลวงปู่ชอบ all this great teacher was still around. ท่านจำหมาบัว หลวงปู่หลุย all this first batch directly under หลวงปู่มั่น after หลวงปู่มั่นis this special teacher. I was in Thailand already, but I just can't click. You know who I can click with? I can click with หลวงปู่เจี๊ย and nobody believe it. He say, what? Of all the monks in Thailand, you click with this monk so rough, so rugged, you know. But you just click. So there must be a karmic link, right? If there's no karmic link, you can't click, let me tell you. Even how you practice, how you try to pursue, you can't click, wings can't click. Because what they say, you just can't accept it. You just doesn't tally, doesn't whack your heart. And for me, certain teacher, I can click, I just talk to them. I know they are my teacher. It just whack, bang, into your heart, right? Then you know that, okay, these are the teacher that really you have this kind of karmic link with them, right? Okay, so I think I have give you enough to find a teacher. But again, the Buddha said the best teacher is yourself. But if you don't have a teacher, you got to find a teacher, right? Okay. Now can we proceed? Can we proceed, others?
Yeah, so this is the last question for today already. We still have maybe 20 minutes. Maybe you have any last instructions or advice to give us before we close off the retreat?
My advice. Oh, the advice is very easy. Practice hard. Okay, my advice is if you have times, and I always advise people to go outdoor meditations. It gives you a different feel. FEEL. Your mind will be more alert, and the exposure is different. Trust me, you will love it. If you go once, and after you find how your mind progress, then you will want to go by yourself, right? Of course, I'm not saying that staying in the temple or in the house is no good. It's good, but it's too comfortable. When it's too comfortable, like I say, you have the lot of lazy choice. I say lazy choice. Never mind. Next day, never mind this and never mind that. But if you go to the forest and you got to sit, you got no choice, you got to sit. Because after you go there, you got to sit. And for information, after you sit, you see how your mind progress. From the kind of hurdles, I use the word hurdles or hindrances that you got to overcome, you come up more stronger, more confident. Because of the challenges you're going to face when you're in open. But it's good to go with a group of people. If you don't have monks who leads you, a group of friends, right? Go together. Sometime maybe this week we go to reservoir, next week go to garden, another week go to the cemeteries, go to a park, and you keep the venue, keep changing, and it's very, very, very encouraging. This is what I'm doing here also, because I'm now in Australia, and nearby our temple, about how many kilos? 40? 15 kilometers away, there's a Yang National Park. There's a park, it's a forest about, it takes you 20 minutes to drive one round the mountain, 20 minutes in car, not walking. If you walk, you got to walk the whole day. So it's a kind of a pine tree and what do you call eucalyptus, gum tree forest, right? So it's nice. There's a lot of rocks, and it was formerly belongs to the Aborigine of Australia. They have their what they call it, the ceremonial grounds where they do their ceremony. So there's a lot of interesting thing, and it's nice. So I was the one to organize and bring all the lay people to go and sit, do overnight sitting, and of course, initially everybody was scared whether there's ghosts, whether there's this, there's that. And I said, no, your own ghost in your heart. and now, now they go by themselves. Those people who are interested, they go by themselves. So this is something we want to promote in the practice, right? Promote this kind of outdoor outdoor meditations. It's very good, very, very, very good for practitioner and large. Okay, this is my advice. And if you're at home or in a center, my advice is long sitting. Long sitting. Don't sit for 50 minutes. At least 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, up to you. Then maybe you can write a challenging note that, okay, this today how many hours, who want to write how many hours, who write top, you must sit. then you get the ball rolling, and it's very inspiring. Like, it's just the last time I was in Pali Lai, myself and the Stephen Wong, there was 2 of us. So we make we encourage each other. I say that if I walk, you must sit, right? And anyone notice that another party is drooping off or falling asleep, you got to tap his back and hey, you're not supposed to sit and sleep. You should sit with mindfulness. And if we come, then we switch. So we encourage each other this way. Walk, sit. One person walk, one person sit. The guy walking will be watching. If his head down, only pop, tap his back. Okay, you walk, I sit. And Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, okay.
So finally, Chao Kun, you're going to, maybe a lot of people may not know, you're going to start your Tudong from Melbourne to Adelaide, right?
Yeah.
On the 19th.
Not Melbourne. I actually I'm 68 kilo away from Melbourne CBD itself. The place where we are located is called Lara. Lara is a Geelong.
Greater city of Geelong.
Greater city of Geelong. It's under Geelong. What do you call that? Council. Geelong Council. Greater city of Geelong, and there's a suburb called Lara. So I stay in Lara, and so the first few days will be quite nearby. From every day will be about 20 to 25 click. 20 to 25 kilometer per day we're going to walk. And from here we will walk to Anarchy, to Wallan, Balan, and Dalesford. From Dalesford to Bendigo. From Bendigo we will skirt around to Beaufort. Then from Beaufort to Horsham, the Grampians Mountain. And then after that it's all the way up to Adelaide. So people ask me how many days. I say, I can't tell because it's so unpredictable. Everything can happen along the way. And we got to be mentally prepared for all the things that we're going to come ahead. So, anyone who are interested, you're welcome to join me for the walk, right? Yeah, just prepare your leg, prepare your body, your leg, and a good sneaker, and be mentally prepared. It's going to be a harsh weather, very challenging weather. 20 plus?
25 on the first weekend.
25. Actually, it's quite nice, better than Singapore. 25 degrees, hottest. Today is 33 today.
Not today.
No. We are not going to walk 30. If the day is more than 30, I'm going to stop. That means we're going to walk at night. Night walking. We are not going to sacrifice and then put ourselves into heat stroke danger. No. If we find that it's too harsh, the weather, we will change the timing to night. So it's cooler. It's just like when we do our walk from Johor to Terengganu. Oh, it's so hot. So we walk at night. At night, very cooling. So we walk at night with a strobe light. So you see everybody have a light on the head, on the light on the just what you call that, a blinking light. So yeah. So I invite anyone interested, because now Australia has opened up, and you ask you to walk alone, right? To do the walk, you must find yourself that I'm crazy about what for I go and walk for that 1,000 kilometers. But this is something that in a lifetime, in a lifetime that's going to imprint in your mind that, oh, you have make it to 1,000 click in your life, in the walk. And last year we walked is 1,084. Hey, 1087. 1,087 kilometer last year from this temple to Sydney. You see? And a lot of people, they don't understand. Even the policemen, they say, you guys must be crazy. I say, yeah, we are crazy about something good. Yeah, okay.
Thank you so much for sharing, Tan Chao Kun.
Yeah.
There are people that wrote into the chat say they are interested. If they are interested, they can write to the monastery in Geelong, right, Tan Chao Kun, before the 19th. Yeah.
Just tell us you're gonna join. You just tap into the Wat Sampantawong Facebook. We're gonna update in the Facebook of where we are now, which date, where, which are the caravan park we park our car, or which park that don't have caravan park we're gonna camp at which site, because there's a lot of free camping site. And if there's no free camping site, we will go to caravan park, or if in Bendigo, we'll go to the Great Compassionate Stupa, the Tibetan temple. And Dalesford, we will go to the caravan park. And Beaufort, we will go to the Thich Nhat Hanh meditation center in Naplu. Yeah. So there's a lot of places. So if we will keep people update with the Wat Sampantawong Facebook on the path, because some people may not make it on the 19th. So they see that, okay, they want to join maybe on the end of the month. Where are they? So they can see from there. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Tan Chao Kun. So I think one of our volunteers just text in the Zoom chat in case you're interested. That is the Wat Sampantawong Facebook page that you can write to inquire about this tudong. In the meantime, Tan Chao Kun, wishing you good health and success in this tudong, and have all the support in best of conditions.
Hey, you know why I want to share this thing? In case anyone got any relative farm or where along the way, we are passing through, they can say, hey, Ajahn, my uncle is staying there. They have an empty farm with a lot of buffalo and cattle, and you can stay in the farm. Yeah, we will go. This is how we engage with the local people, because this is also part of the Dhamma missionary propagation project. Through the walk, we engage with people with all walks of life, regardless of whether you're Buddhist or what. We want to encourage people. Of course, when people ask us, what is the purpose of the walk? Normally, I would say that is to walk for the peace, mental peace, and harmony of one's own mind and body. Yeah, for the bodily, and it benefit your mind and your body. And it's true, because I find myself putting on weight after coming back from last tudong. My spare tire come out already 2 inches. I must walk already. Okay.
Hey, thank you, Tan Chao Kun. So now maybe we can proceed to end the Dhamma talk and then do the request of forgiveness together.
Sure.
Okay, so yeah, maybe we could have volunteers from representative from BAPS, NDR, Palilai, do the offering together. So for those who are new to this ceremony, a lot of people were asking about paying respects to and requesting for forgiveness from the Mahasangha. So this is one way of doing it. So at the end of the retreat, we would like to request forgiveness from Tan Chao Kun Keng, Tan Jason, Tan Ajahn Jeff, for anything that we have done wrong through body, speech, or mind, whether intentionally or unintentionally. So for this ceremony, we will begin by paying respects by bowing 3 times, and then we will chant Namo Tassa together. After that, you can repeat after me for reciting the requesting for forgiveness. Then after that, we will offer the flowers, and then we will all bow down to receive the blessings from Tan Chao Kun. Okay. So yeah, waiting for response. Okay, so if everybody is ready, okay, let us all begin by bowing 3 times. Bow. Second bow. Third bow. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Mahathire pamadhena dvaratayena katang sabhang aparadhang dhamatu no bante. Mahathire pamadhena dvaratayena katang sabhang aparadhang dhamatu no bante. Mahathire pamadhena dvaratayena katang sabhang aparadhang dhamatu no bante. We will now offer the flowers and other teachers will not offer and belong on this. Okay, now let us all bow down to receive blessing.
Ahang Khemami Tom He.
Mama Bante.
Okay, through our words, our thought and our actions, whether intentionally or unintentionally, we have offended each other, right? We should forgive each other, because why? The Buddha say that holding grudges will only obstruct our practice in the Dhamma. So for forgiving each other, our mind will be at ease, at peace, and be glad. And forgiving each other, our mind will enter a state of happiness. So I'll give the blessing now. Apiwa dana sili sanicchang buddha pachayitno chattaro dhamma vadanti ayukvano sukhang phalang.
Sadhu. Okay, can all please rise and pay respects again by bowing 3 times. Thank you, Dylan. So, thank you very much for leading us in this retreat, giving us your very sincere, very direct, and of course humorous teachings. So, hopefully that everybody on this retreat can take the teachings to heart. Although the retreat has ended, our practice hasn't. So, hopefully we can all continue to put forth effort in our practice and dedicate the merits to all the teachers who have taught and guided us out of gratitude so far in our life.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr.
Yep. See you. All the best wishes to all you all, and may all your radiant hopes be fulfilled.
Sadhu.
Okay. Good night, everyone. Good night.
Closing the Arahant.
Yeah.
Can I? Yeah. You can see the Arahant.
Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Buddha Bhagavantang Abhivademi Suvakato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhamma Namasami Supatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Sanghang Namami Sabbe Sata Sadahontu Davera Sukachivino Kadam Punya Balamayang Sabbe Bhagi Bhavantu Te
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, then let's just say our final 3 vows to mental good people yourself. Okay, first vow. Second vow. Third vow. Thank you very much, Sanjay. See you again soon.
See you again. Bye-bye.
Bye. So can the rest of the devotees just stay on and just